Hello, Seiiti Arata. And I didn't know how to say no. I had to study and learn a lot about psychology, about behavior, relationships. Then I could change my mind and say no assertively. And if you are also the type of person who finds it difficult to say no, assertiveness will help you to say no firmly and gently. Assertiveness. What is assertiveness? Assertive people can evaluate and express what they think, what they prefer, and what they feel. Assertive communication is clear, it is honest, it is firm. And it is important that you remember the previous episode which said, do not confuse saying no with being impolite. These are completely unrelated things. Assertive communication is not aggressive. If I want to be assertive, I will maintain respect, I will not offend, I will not be aggressive, and I will also not be submissive, I will not be passive. And passive communication happens when I don't want something, when I don't like something, but I say it's okay. That passivity is a mask to avoid saying what I really think, because in that case, I'm not having an honest communication. Assertiveness gives me tranquility. I assess the requests that I'm receiving, and I make informed choices about whether I will accept or reject them. Assertiveness also helps me to express my opinions and positions, saying what I like, what I do not like, or what I prefer, and I always communicate that respectfully. Finally, assertiveness helps to clarify each individual's limits without infringing on the boundaries of others. Assertiveness helps to ensure that my own limits are not violated. Stop being nice. You may have heard a lot of complaints of people who wear the mask of the very nice person, but when they don't get what they really want, they say something like, yeah, nice guys finish last. This kind of niceness can also be understood as a passive, submissive behavior. The person's real needs and preferences are not revealed, they are not communicated. Passive behavior places a higher priority on the desires of others. It shows a lack of respect for one's own needs. It may seem like altruistic behavior, but the problem occurs when it's not genuine. You may see some exaggerated niceness, for example, when the person is always apologizing, when in fact they think that it should be the other person who should be apologizing. Or when they swallow quietly those situations they don't like. Or when they are unable to ask for help or to accept help when it's offered to them. And this is the role of the martyr, the superhero, the repressed person. The problem with staying in this nice position is that we are keeping frustration bottled up within us. At a certain point, it builds up so much that there will be an explosion. And suddenly, the unexpected happens through some violent behavior. You can see all the dynamic of this explained in a lot of detail in the video, Relationships Without Drama, and I'll keep the link here for you guys. Lack of assertiveness may induce avoidance. And before I learned to develop my own assertiveness, the best solution that I had was simply to avoid interactions that I knew there would be people asking me for something that I was not ready or willing to do. Since I didn't know how to say no, I coped by staying out of touch with people. But obviously it is impossible to live in isolation, and therefore this strategy is not particularly effective. Whenever I would meet friends and family, and if they would ask me something, did I like this or that, I'll give them a fake smile and I'll say, yeah, everything is great. I like everything, whether or not it was so. Like, if anyone asked me if I wanted to participate in some type of activity that I didn't have available time or didn't have interest, I would say generally, oh yeah, sure, of course. It sounds great, I will be there. And a lot of frustration and restlessness accumulated within me. And this is why I started doing more research about the psychological aspects of the art of saying no. And it is not hard. And today I regret that more people haven't learned yet all these techniques and principles of saying no assertively. Saying yes to everything is a sign of insincerity and immaturity. And I tell you this from experience. Saying yes to everyone all the time is impossibly tiring. This is not good for your mental, physical, and emotional health. Not knowing how to say no is also a stage of emotional immaturity. It is inability to have good communication. It is insincerity. The maturity will develop when you realize that you don't owe anything to anyone. You're not required to do anything for anyone. You are free to choose what you want as long as you accept the consequences of your choices. An important message that helps a lot to understand that you're okay is that there is nothing wrong with you. And because of this, you don't have to change your opinion to please others. You don't need to do things that you don't want just to please other people. And above all, don't try to buy the love of others by being nice. Don't seek to be accepted by being passive. This was a mistake that I made for many years. Somehow, I believed that by being nice, people would be nice to me as well. And by sacrificing myself for others, I felt I could be loved. And this path is not sincere. Today, I don't feel that I need to please everybody, and this is so liberating. It is a new stage of maturity in my life, and I want the same freedom for you too. I want you to be able to express yourself clearly, assertively, sincerely, firmly, and with respect. And that is why I created the new course, How to Say No. It's the newest course of Arata Academy, and it is a fast course. You can complete it in one single afternoon. And it has a lot of exercises to change the way you communicate. And you can register at arata.se/how to say no. And here is an extra tip for you. You cannot control other people's opinions of you. And this is why you should stop playing the nice person role. Stop wearing that mask of the nice person because you have this expectation of being treated in a particular way. This mask will repress your own behavior and you will feel frustrated, very likely. I tell something that I learned from a very wise person. You can write this down, take a note of this, because there is a life lesson to be learned. And that person told me the following: no matter what you do, people will always judge you, fairly or unfairly. And this is part of life. Don't try to control what you cannot control. You cannot control the opinions of others. The opinions of others should not ruin your day. And you should not change your true opinions because of the other people. If you think that you can have a better life with more assertiveness, you can visit the link arata.se/how to say no.